Welcome to EDU 350 Assessment Data and Thematic Units, Module 9. So in this module, we are going to be talking about the role of assessment in supporting teachers in decision making. We're also going to be talking about the analyzing the overall impact of curriculum and assessment practices on educational outcomes. So in reflecting on the role of assessment in supporting decision making, these are the readings and resources in this module, and then you are going to do a discussion about choosing a case study. So there's an ECE one and an elementary one. I will note the elementary one is second grade, so I do recommend that even if you are an ECE major, you consider doing this second grade one because ECE does go from pre-K to second for certification. So you're going to choose a case study and then respond to the following. So talking about assessment and decision making, curriculum and outcomes, and then reflection on the application. Reflection and application. So answering all of these questions. Then we are going to analyze the overall impact of curriculum and assessment practices and dive into thematic units. So it's going to go into what are thematic units, how to select a thematic unit, how to plan a thematic unit, and then what are the benefits. So the resources, there are 3 videos. I think all of them are beneficial. So this preschool thematic unit, it talks about why we use them and how we use them. She does a really great job explaining why and how she uses them. We are going, this second video, thematic units photo story, I have questions here, kind of guiding questions to consider and think about as you are watching the video. And then finally, this video, integrated subjects and theme project-based learning. This video, again, here are some guiding questions to think about as you watch the video. I will note this video also goes into Bloom's taxonomy and higher order thinking skills. So it's a really great video to think about when thinking about planning a thematic unit and project-based learning. And then the second discussion is a thematic unit brainstorm. I have here an optional graphic organizer that you can use, kind of a template to help you, where you think about, answer the questions for the considerations. When you think about like some challenges, for example, their community might be interested in. I know when I was a kid, one of the challenges in my community, especially because I grew up in the city of Chicago, one of the biggest challenges was littering. Being a kid and always seeing garbage on the street. So thinking about that and then just kind of putting the answers to these questions together and looking at the lists of themes from pre-K and elementary and just thinking how can, what are some themes that would fit with the children. And then even though it says pre-K themes, a lot of these pre-K themes you can also use in elementary. For example, friendship is a really great one. Especially, I love to do friendship themed unit around Valentine's Day. We'll spend like a whole week doing like a unit about friendship. Space is a great one for elementary as well. So there's lots of, again, even though it says pre-K, you can use it for elementary. And then the elementary themes similarly can be used for pre-K. So back to school can be used for pre-K, insects. So a lot of these could be used in pre-K as well. So after you kind of narrow down your theme, you are going to then do a small graphic organizer for your for your unit. So you're going to write your theme here, and I have an example. Here's volcanoes, and then have your subject, and for each subject, what activity can you do? So this is kind of just a small outline for your upcoming thematic unit, which is due in Module 10. So this goes over the discussion again, and then here is just kind of the narrowing it down. So again, what I made as a graphic organizer, you don't have to use it. It's optional just to help. I find having a graphic organizer makes things a lot easier for unit planning. So that's why I created it, but you can, make your own if you choose. And then finally, the interdisciplinary unit is due Sunday of Module 10. There is a presentation linked here that has videos and explains everything, every step of the way of how to do your unit ultimately. So this presentation is also in the module 10. Each step has a video, so please, I encourage you as you're working on it to watch the videos and in order to support you with creating your final unit plan in module 10.